Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload every single Tuesday and Thursday. In today's video, we are doing a what I eat in a day plus my workout and just like my healthy routine. So for those of you that are new here, I am not a morning person in any way. So this is my first time speaking in the video, but I did record my coffee as well as my workout. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that right here, and then we will get started on what we're having for breakfast. So for breakfast today, we are making a high protein, simple, this is gluten-free, but you can use regular flour if you're not gluten-free. These are just 2-ingredient bagels that are delicious. This is my first time using cottage cheese because it actually has more protein than yogurt. If you don't like yogurt, if you don't like cottage cheese, don't worry because you can't even taste it. Just getting a good amount of protein. So these are 2-ingredient cottage cheese bagels. I like to use Good Culture, and the recipe does call for full fat. So this is a whole milk cottage cheese, not 2% or anything like that. And then we have flour. If you're using gluten-free flour, I've made this mistake in the past. It has to be self-rising. If not, you do have to add baking powder. So I'll have that recipe down below too. But this one is King Arthur's Measure for Measure, so it does have baking powder in it already. But the first thing that we're gonna do, I am just gonna start my little timer here because I wanna show you how quick it is. Let me see how far this reaches over. Oh, nice, you can kind of see me blending this. So let's see. Zero. Where can I put this? Put it on the cottage cheese so you can see how long it takes. This is a good mindset thing because some people will see she's making bagels. Who has time for that? I'm going to show you who has time for that. You do. If you want to look at this instead of going down ditty rabbit holes, we can make some homemade bagels. Ready and start. So first things first is we're just putting the 1 cup of cottage cheese and we're gonna blend it because otherwise you will have some pretty chunky bagels. So make sure we're doing 1 cup of cottage cheese and 1 cup of flour. So it's a very easy recipe to remember, right? I feel like if you're adding like any flavors, like you wanna make cinnamon bagels or whatever type of bagel, you can go ahead and add that seasoning into here. But I'm going to do just a simple everything bagel seasoning on top on one and garlic salt on the other. This recipe makes 4 bagels. This is blended pretty well already. What are we at? We're at a minute. I'm also talking and explaining, right? That counts for something. All right, so we have our bowl. That's when you get like all of the cottage cheese that's in the blender out. And another really great thing is that you can make these ahead of time, so you say you have time the night before. Words are hard because I need my 2nd cup of coffee. You could totally make these in advance. I've done it for meal prep before with the yogurt ones, and they are great. So this kind of comes out like a ricotta cheese, which I know a lot of people will go ahead and substitute this for ricotta when they are, you know, counting macros and want to save those macronutrients for something else. All right, so we have our cup of cottage cheese blended, full fat cottage cheese, cup of King Arthur's gluten-free flour, and then we're just gonna go ahead and stir this up. I don't have something to stir with. It's gonna form into a dough. And then the egg that you see next to me, we're gonna make an egg wash, and that's the way that our toppings, our spices, our seasonings, our cinnamon, sugar, however we're making these bagels, is going to stick to the top. Another thing is that sometimes if this seems like too powdery, you can go ahead and add a little bit of water, which is kind of looking like I'm gonna need to do. So let me go grab some water. And then now we're gonna get in here with our hands, no rings off. Let's kind of knead it into a ball and then split it into 4 different pieces. If you wanna be super exact, you can weigh out each bagel, but I'm not on that level today. See my dough here. We're 5 minutes in. 1. So you can see we have 4 pieces. And then we're just gonna go ahead and roll them and make our bagel. Literally so simple. Faster than DoorDash, y'all. A lot less calories, a lot more protein. So let's go ahead and talk about like what I'm doing for my fitness. So if you're new here, I am a mom of 4. My kids range from ages 9 to almost 4. Next month, we're having a princess party, so come back for that party prep video. And I've always tried to be healthy, but it wasn't until I met Bree Schmidt online and she got me doing First Form, and absolutely love it because I'm not hungry. With a lot of other things, I was really hungry. That's not to say that there weren't struggles. When I first started, my calories were a little bit lower than they are now. And I wasn't hungry. I was going through sugar withdrawal. You can, on this program, eat whatever you want. It just has to fit in with your macronutrients. And it's incredibly easy because it's all in an app on your phone. Your workouts are there. Your food is there. You're counting everything right there. And I feel like that's why I've been so successful with this, because I feel good and I'm not hungry. When I'm like miserable and starving on a program or something that's like really restrictive, the other one that I did was like literally like paleo, and then you have a cheat meal or a treat meal. And it works for that time, but I feel like this is more sustainable for me. This is more of a lifestyle. And I've never felt stronger and more healthy. However, I do suffer from PMDD. So last week, I counted my macros. I did everything great, but I only worked out 1 day last week, and I'm trying to do everything I can to figure out how to balance my hormones and really just get better with staying up to date with the workouts on when I have my PMDD, which I know a lot of you have. If you don't know what that is, it's premenstrual dysphoric disorder, where you basically feel like a worthless piece of crap right before you get your period. And it's hard. Let me wash my hands. So a lot of women suffer from it, but they don't even realize that they have it and that there's a name for it. So hello, welcome to that. It sucks, but things could be worse. I also have Hashimoto's thyroid disease. So when I wake up in the morning, I do have to take 100 micrograms of Synthroid. So I do have a couple of odds against me, but that's okay. I still try my best, but I'm a human being, and that's what I hope that you know throughout the program, throughout figuring out your meals and what you're eating and what workouts you're going to do for the week, that you are human and you're not a machine. There are days when you're going to need to rest. However, if I have any advice, it's just try your best. Like last week, I feel like I could have worked out. I could have just pushed myself a little bit harder to get there, and I didn't. And I was like really feeling guilty about it, but at least I stayed with my macros and did all that, because I could have just been like, you know what, let's go to Wendy's, let's go here, let's go there. I'm off, let's be all off. So it's all or something, not all or nothing. That is definitely what keeps me on track. It's not being too hard on myself. So anyway, our bagels are done. I'm gonna pull you closer and like actually put you onto the bagels. Okay, so I just have this paper, because I'm gonna do these in the air fryer. You can do them in your oven, it just takes a lot longer. These only take about 8 minutes in the air fryer. So here you can see our bagels. And then this is just one egg. I'm making an egg wash so that our stuff sticks. I think I talked about that already. But throughout today, I'm just going to be showing you what I eat, answering random questions about first form, and just, if anything, I hope this video encourages you to try, because we all have to start somewhere, or even just gives you some high protein recipes, because the biggest thing that I've learned is that when I have enough protein for the day, I'm not walking around looking for carbs and sugar. I'm full, I'm stuffed with the good stuff, and that's really important. So I'm going to try not to get sesame seeds on Chris's. Here's mine. I'm sure Everly will have one too. She likes these a lot. Well, she liked the ones with yogurt, so I'm sure she'll like these ones, because this is my first time doing cottage cheese. Now I'm like seeing phantom sesame seeds, and they're not. So what happens to my husband if he has sesame seeds is he gets like sores on his mouth. So obviously we don't want to sabotage my husband and give him sores on his mouth. No sesames. Okay, so for Chris, I'm just going to do some salt. This is Celtic salt. This is great in your water too. It's so hydrating. And sorry, my card ran out of memory and I had to delete some stuff. Okay, so I was saying this Celtic sea salt, it's great in your water because it helps to hydrate you. And it's actually pretty good. I love putting it in my water. And then I'm also going to add just some garlic to his. So it's like a salty garlic bagel. And then we're going to make some eggs and sausage to go on this while that cooks for 8 minutes. So yes, this isn't a running out of the door for work meal, but it is pretty fast. And I really am craving it. Let's see. Right now we're at 14 minutes and I stopped for a few things. So it would be even faster if you weren't filming this. Let's go ahead and pop these in the air fryer for 8 minutes. I was just praying the whole time that that wasn't going to fall on the floor. So thank you, God, for not making that fall on the floor. 8 minutes. I did let it warm up a little bit beforehand. It's 8 minutes on 350. All right, so I have the Applegate chicken maple sausage in here. I love this pan because it's the perfect size. So Chris will have one sausage, I'll have 2 sausages, and then once they're all cooked, I'll make us some eggs. I almost feel like I should just hold this like this when I'm talking to you because it keeps falling off my shirt. And I told you an entire story and it didn't record for some reason. But I was saying how Chris is on his 2nd week of first form. It's his first time ever counting his macros and everything. And he feels great. He's done so good. I'm so proud of him. I will say the first couple of days he was miserable because he was doing the sugar detoxes. You don't realize, like I said, you can eat anything, but you're more careful as to what you choose because you want to be able to eat more. And I think that's really nice too. But when you're used to just like grabbing like handfuls of snacks and things like that, you don't realize how much sugar is in things. And this doesn't even count your sugar. It just counts your calories, your carbs, your protein, your fiber, and your fats. So I think that was just a little adjustment, but he's actually said to me, it's like, thank you for making me do this because I feel so good. I just wanted him to try counting his macros because he does typically eat pretty healthy. He does have like a sweet tooth at night, which I do too. You'll say like, we're gonna have sweets, we're gonna have all of the things. I've never been like more satiated with my meals than I have since being where I'm at on First Form right now. If you're new to the app, it's $12.99 a month. Counts all your stuff. I have an amazing advisor, Bree, so I'll leave her email down below so she could be your advisor as well. Every week you upload your weight and your assessment photos. You do like a front view, a side view, and a back view. And she will adjust your macronutrients based on your progress and how you're feeling. So for me, I've been going up and up and up. So I'm in a spot right now of like maintenance, I guess you would say. And everyone's always like, well, how much weight did you lose on this? In total, I've only lost 4 pounds, but I've gained so much muscle. If you've seen me doing my workouts and stuff, I started last April, you can see that I've built a lot of muscle. Like I was always like a smaller person. Of course, I had 4 kids, so I had like a belly and everything. But this has got me toned and has got me muscular, and it has me, more importantly, feeling really good. Although I'm not like making commission on anybody joining, I just still like to tell everyone about it because I feel like you should live your best life and feel the best you can. And when something works for you, finally, you want to shout it from the rooftop so that other people can feel this good and feel as confident and just be as healthy as they can for their kids. For me, that's what it's really about. As I get older, I'm 36 right now, I just want to be able to keep up with my kids and have energy and feel good and eventually keep up with my grandkids. So health is not about abs and looking good. That's a benefit that may come from it, but it's about how you feel and the living longer and living better and living a full life, not having to sit things out, not feeling self-conscious at the beach or the pool with your kids. All of those things, like, I don't know, that's what motivates me. Some people may have a bikini picture that motivates them. It's all about you personally, what motivates you and what's going to make you get up in the morning and work out. And for me, it really is just that. It's not just for myself, it's also for my kids and my mental health. When I don't work out, it feels totally different. I really wish last week that I would have pushed myself to work out during those like PMDD episodes. And coming up, I'm really going to force myself because I know when I'm done, I'll feel better. It's just getting there is really hard sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. And there's 36 seconds left on this bagel, and the sausage might be on fire. Let's go check that real quick. Okay, you're not on fire. Thank you. Might be a little crispy, but oh yeah. We might have to take some burnt edges off. Oh gosh, that one is not savable. Sometimes just talk too much and burn the sausage. Let's go ahead and start over. I'm about to set the fire alarm off. Why didn't you guys remind me to check it? Good thing there's more. Hi, baby. You did a workout with Daddy? Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. Also, remember who's watching you, right? Does it smell like burning sausage up here? Does it smell like burning sausage? It's on for 2 more minutes, so we'll say 10 minutes altogether. All right, let's retry the sausage. See if we can get some sizzle sounds with this mic. You want some eggies and sausage? Yeah. Oh, you want a seltzer water? Since Everly is bringing this over, let's talk about this. So I've mentioned this in other videos, but like sometimes you just feel like you need something because you're used to snacking. You're not hungry, you just feel like you need something. I think it's good to like chew a piece of gum or have a seltzer water and then reevaluate if you still actually feel hungry or you're just wanting like oral stimulation, which a lot of people are used to just eating during those moments. Hi, babes. Do you want one of those? So I get dressed for the day, huh? What did you do for your workout? Bagels are ready and looking delicious. Sausage is done. Now time to start on our eggs. I really think these look like pretty, like, dense. Ouch, is the word I think I'm looking for. Just burning myself. So I think maybe regardless, you should do baking powder. the best Mike's Hot Honey. So I'm putting a little bit of that on. And there's our delicious breakfast. Absolutely delicious. So good.
You're the judge of that. Smells good.
I should put baking powder.
It actually have better texture than the other ones.
I don't know, but I feel like I should have baking powder regardless, right? It'll be a little bit fluffier. You have to unhinge your jaw to be able to take a bite, okay? Just like in the cartoons.
I got a big mouth.
Oh my gosh.
No cream cheese on it.
You want cream cheese on yours? Yeah. Okay, I'll get you cream cheese.
My cat has a sandwich.
This is what we've been using for cream cheese. There's no gums in it. If you look in the other cream cheese, there's a bunch of different gums in it. And no complaints from the kids. And they're, you know, they like their Philadelphia cream cheese. You want to do it? Here you go.
I just want one.
Okay, breakfast was amazing. Now I'm just making an easy crock pot meal. I think the kids are going to wind up having chicken wings in the air fryer that they really like. And we also have leftovers, shepherd's pie that I made last night. But this is Tuscan chicken. I know Chris and I will eat it, but I don't know if the other kids will. So anyway, we put in 2 chicken breasts. Get my cutting board. Cutting board is here. Put the timer somewhere you can see it. Start. Okay, so this is just a simple Tuscan chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts in here, and now I'm going to make a sauce. Where's my little thingy-majiggy? I have so much on my mind, so I'm having like such a hard time focusing. I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff today, and I start like looking at the time and be like, oh my gosh, only this amount of time till everyone's home and we have to do our runaround. But anyway, a half cup of beef stock. I use this for more protein. The recipe calls for just regular chicken broth. So my version is a half cup of the beef bone broth. Plus I just feel like it gives it a lot more flavor. And then I'm going to be doing 1 cup of heavy cream. So we'll get this to 1.5. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to keep this stuff out so I can scan it for the macros. Put this over here. You can do a half cup of sun-dried tomatoes, but we do want to cut these first. I don't want to have like a bunch of oil in them, so if you can, try to get some of the oil off. Basically, I'm not pouring this in with oil. That's what I'm trying to relay. Both Chris and I really love sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and give them a quick little cut. I was trying to see if you guys could see my cutting board here. I think you can. This doesn't have to be perfect. You can buy the ones that are like already julienne, but that's good enough for me. If you like them smaller, you can do it smaller. Just going to add this right in because we're basically just making a little sauce that we're going to pour over the chicken breast. Half cup of mozzarella. The other recipe calls for Parmesan. I like to try to like clean up as I go. This helps my brain. And then I'm also adding an onion, which isn't in the original recipe. That's what I'm just gonna like kind of, I use a lot of recipes from Pinterest and stuff as like a base or an idea, and then I kind of make it my own, which is what I hope you do, and that's how you come up with your own recipes and change out things, because we all start from somewhere. I mean, there's definitely plenty of times where I'm just like randomly throwing things in, but most things have like a base recipe. We don't have like any recipes in my family, which makes me sad, but I'm creating them. Even my Italian mother-in-law, 0 recipes. You know what I mean? It's like a family recipe that was passed down. I always see people having those, but I don't. Maybe one day my grandkids will be watching this, following my recipes. 5 minutes in, doing 1 onion. I'm just going to throw this in the pan, and these will cook down a bunch too. These I'm not going to dice. I'm just going to put in like a little bit bigger pieces so that if you don't want them, it'll flavor it. We can still pick them out. See? This size. Onions in. And I do some garlic, clove, some artichoke, and some capers, which are also not a part of the recipe. Only thing bad in this brand is that there's sunflower oil in them, which obviously I try my best to stay away from seed oils, but it's nearly impossible. Like when I cook with my cooking spray, all that stuff, I use avocado. I don't know if I mentioned that. I love artichokes. Looks good. What's the serving size? 8 grams. I definitely did not measure that. This I don't stress out about because a serving, so 1 ounce of these is 35 calories, 1 carb, 0 sugar, 0 protein. So I'm not going to stress out about adding that exactly right. So it's not always going to be perfect when you're counting your macros. This is just organic capers, water, sea salt. So you might not even know what capers are. They're actually found in flowers underwater in the ocean, I believe. Let's ask Alexa. So a caper is a pickled flower bud, usually spiny Mediterranean shrub used as a pungent condiment in sauces, relishes, and various other dishes. Alexa, show me a picture of a caper flower. Yeah, I thought they were in water. I don't know. Maybe some are and some are not. I don't know. Maybe I made that up. When I worked at Bonefish Girls, when I learned about capers, I had no idea what the heck a caper was prior to that. And then now we are doing some fresh garlic. I'm going to do 3 cloves. These are tiny. It always like depends on how big they are. Just going to do 4 regular size ones. I don't know where my camera turned me off because I ran out of memory and I'm going to change out the memory card. But I just added some garlic into here to our sauce and I'm going to give it a stir. So beef broth, heavy cream, garlic, sun-dried tomatoes are in here. I'm also going to do about 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And onion powder. Need to buy more onion powder. I mean, now I know that Chris and I have a dinner and the kids will probably just eat leftovers and chicken wings and let's see. I also have tomato soup and grilled cheese to offer them. That's another one of their staples. 13 minutes. You can cook dinner in 13 minutes, I promise. Your house is going to smell amazing too. So we're going to go ahead and put that on low. You know what? I'm going to change it to high. I was looking at what time it is and I am Ella's soccer coach and we have soccer practice tonight at 5:30, so I'm going to do it on high so that we can hopefully eat before soccer practice and just come home and shower. You know, the random half of that bagel that we made because I'm really hungry right now. I need something to hold me over until I make lunch, but I need to scan this in. So when you're creating meals in the First Form app, let's see if this will focus. Go to My Foods and then you go to the plus sign and you charge my phone. Make a new recipe and then you'll just scan all your ingredients in and putting the serving size. I'm just going to put the serving size as 2 for this because I only have 2 chicken breasts in there. Normally I feel like you would use 4 chicken breasts for this recipe. Sometimes if you go to scan something in, it doesn't pop up. If you search it up, it's actually in there, just a different barcode. So that happens once in a while. So I'm going to do 4 ounces of chicken breast. Add that in. Scan our artichokes and our beef broth, mozzarella. I'm going to add spinach at the very end, but not yet. And we'll save that. So if you split this recipe in half, make it 2 servings, you're going to have 223 calories, which is not bad at all, 24 grams of protein, 7 carbs, 10 fat, 4 fiber. Love to see it. And now if I ever want to go back in again, I'm going to call it Tuscan Crockpot. I can just type in Tuscan Crockpot and my recipe will come up. And also I did see, because I did like a little Q&A, which we'll get to a little bit later on Instagram, or I did a Q, I didn't do the A part yet, that's what this is for. And I asked you if they had any questions about First Form or food or anything like that. And someone said, can you share your recipe with other people? So there is actually a thing. Once you go into your recipe, on the bottom, there's a share button. So that's what Chris and I do a lot. Like if he's making us a meal or I'm making us a meal, we share it and then I open it and I can just add it right into First Form, which is really cool and easy. I'm going to go ahead and just pre-added in. My best advice when you're just starting off is to plan your days ahead of time, so then you know that you'll stay on track, and then you start to learn like what you can fit into your day. But I'm gonna put that in, Tuscan chicken. Put my other half of the bagel into it. Lunch is gonna be leftover shepherd's pie. So that's really nice because that is mindless. That's the best thing about leftovers. Throw that in the microwave. I already put all of the recipe in my Fresh Form app last night, so that's saved in there. Go warm it up. Very excited to have coffee after this. I love this thing. This is the Breville Touch. This looks way too hot to eat. Put that over here. I'm making Chris his coffee. He's actually having a cappuccino. So far, we've only tried cappuccino and flat white. But I did get almond milk, so I'm going to try my first almond milk latte in here. I'm going to have that next. So we have the espresso here, his froth milk. A little bit of cinnamon. I'm excited because I'm about to put together my coffee bar, which you'll see in my next video. I'm kind of simultaneously filming videos today, but I don't think that one's going to be finished today. I think tomorrow. So here's Chris's cappuccino. Shepherd's pie is one of those things that's even better the second day. So I already did my coffee grinds. Now I'm going to press them down. We're using Pete's, by the way. Pete's is my absolute favorite. I did find this other like organic coffee at Giant. I didn't try it yet. I feel like it could be Giant brand. I don't remember. 1 cup of almond milk in here. You do have to be careful with your almond milks and your oat milks and all that kind of stuff, because this morning I just had regular 2% milk, by the way. This one. Just kidding. I had whole milk this morning. I think I scanned it too. That's interesting. Chris, you have a whole milk latte. Or a cappuccino. I didn't realize that was whole milk. Did you? I don't know what the heck I did. Maybe it was a replacement. So the one thing you have to be careful with like non-dairy milks is the other ingredients that are in it. There, a lot of times there's like all different types of oils and gums, and I used to love all the flavored creamers until I realized like how bad that stuff is, like causing inflammation and making you feel like crap. No gums, no dairy, no fillers, no binders, no gluten, no carrageenan, which is also a big one. Filtered water, organic almonds, Himalayan pink salt. That's it. So this is my first time doing with almond milk in here though. So I've gotten almond milk lattes out before, but
Hey.
you can say it quietly. Look at my Eagles girl. Do you want to do a hairstyle? No, it's okay. Mommy has my hair done.
Can we do more makeup on you?
I need more makeup today?
Yeah. You did have makeup on your eye.
I know. Where else should I put it?
On your cheeks.
I know. I don't have any cheek makeup today. I just did a little bit of eyeshadow, a little bit of mascara today.
I can do some.
You can?
I can do some of your teeth.
Yeah.
Like both.
That looks like it's frothing up even nicer than the regular milk, babe. I tried the almond milk.
How much did you put in there?
I don't know. Looks good though, huh? And it's gonna come out in there.
You're letting me undo it.
Yeah, I am. It's your first time using the new coffee maker. You knew how to make an espresso, right? Mommy helped because it's very hot. Okay. Oh, that looks good.
But it's all the way up.
Yeah, it's perfect. Look at that. Yum. Oh, I'm impressed by the almond milk. We're going to clean this baby up and shine it because we're about to put together our coffee bar.
Ooh, can I do it?
Do you want some shepherd's pie? You want to try it? I think you'll like it. This needs a little something. Very plain. Hi, I'm back. I threw that away. I'm making a different one with regular milk because life is too short to enjoy gross, or to not enjoy it because I'm not enjoying it, to drink gross coffee if you have better stuff. I feel bad wasting the ingredients, but I've been looking forward to the second cup of coffee for a long time. Let's try this again. How do you make latte art?
Abby, don't draw on mommy's butt.
No.
Don't draw on mommy's butt. Hey, we're home. One kid's having ravioli, another kid's having pasta and meatballs. Chris and I are having our dinner now. I'm doing 1 cup of quinoa. So here's our 1 cup. As you can see, first of all, it's delicious. All the flavors are so good. But when you cut into the chicken, it's like the perfect texture. So, highly recommend.
This pasta thing is okay.
Wow. Yes.
I cannot finish this all. I am so stuffed right now. So I'm gonna go back in and put like 0.75% that I ate. And also this is very delicious. This is my last one left from the summertime. I don't know if they still make them or not. Alright guys, it's 10:06. You can barely see me because it's kind of dark in here and this camera sucks. But my new camera, or my old camera, is hopefully going to be fixed soon and be sent back to me. But anyway, I made it in one of my last videos, pumpkin protein muffins. So I froze them. So when I want them, I just throw it in the microwave. Good one. I also want to try this new tea that I got. So, some water for that. First, let's warm this up. So this is my first time trying this. I'll have to let you know how it is. Like, it's so bad, but it's late. We're gonna have to deal with it. But I put questions on Instagram that I said I would answer. You show how you measure out things that you prepared and cooked. So usually, what's kind of funny though, you have to go back and watch one of my other like what I eat in a days, because today I didn't even need my scale because things were portioned out into recipes. I usually do use my food scale, and I just look at the serving size on the back of a package, and then I'll put in my food scale, like I'll put it to either grams or ounces, however that measures out. If I'm doing a full serving, I'll do the full thing, and if not, I'll like break it down to how much I'm having, like a half or whatever. You put timestamps of when you eat and how long you do go between meals and snacks. So today was a little bit different because I feel like I had larger meals. Like I had a bigger breakfast, a bigger lunch, a bigger dinner, so I didn't really snack as much. There are days, that's why I want to continue to do these. If you like these videos, I will continue to do them because I feel like it varies from week to week, like what I'm into. Because I have like some meals that are really quick and easy that I do, like organic canned chicken with the primal avocado mayonnaise and a little bit of this like sriracha grapes, and like I make this like little chicken salad that I really like. Sounds weird, but it's good. I'll have that with crackers. Sometimes I just get into this feeling where I feel like I'm having too much processed food, and that's how that can start to feel, down to it being canned chicken. Even though it's organic and everything else, it just doesn't feel as good. There's days when I feel like I need more vegetables. Sorry, I ran out of memory again, and I was just looking, and what I had to delete for this memory card was Aldi Shop With Me, and I really need to do another one of those videos. So I love it, and I love when I actually like carve out the time to go to Aldi, because I don't like ordering from them. I look so weird with this lighting. I'm sorry, guys. We're just gonna have to deal. I feel like I'm like that like shadow in the background, that when your voice is like this and you're trying to not show your identity. How many carbs do you get, and what does a cheat day look like for you? I hate talking about like how much I eat specifically, because I worked up to this point with working out. Like it's different based on your goals and what you're looking to achieve, and then over time as you build muscle, you burn more calories, and you can start to add in more calories and more protein, more fats and everything. That's why I like this, because Bree is monitoring me at all times, and like, you know, on my assessments, seeing how I'm doing and if I want to decrease, increase, and so it all depends. Like if you have a lot of weight to lose, obviously it's going to look different. You're going to be in a deficit. Right now I can honestly say I'm eating more now than I ever have in my entire life. What you start to realize, I mentioned this earlier, is like when you're eating more protein, you don't crave crappy foods, but stuff like this, I really like to have. I like to have like healthier sweets that have protein in it for when I do have a sweet tooth, so I never feel like I'm going without. It doesn't really matter though, because my goals are completely different. It goes on your height, your weight, all of those things. But anyway, It also depends how much you work out. So right now I'm eating 1,744 calories a day, 135 grams of protein, 157 carbs, and 64 fats. I was starting to say, even Chris realizes like how much easier it gets once you get used to it. You gotta push through the first 2 weeks, do it right, and then go from there, and you'll see it gets much, much easier. Love all the meal ideas. I have a hard time getting my water in for the day. How do you do it? Always been like a great water drinker. I think it's my anxiety. I'm someone that I have to have my water bottle with me at all times. You'll never catch me without my water bottle. I go everywhere with my water bottle because I am frequently thirsty, or I just drink a lot of water. I don't know. I like to have big water bottles. I realize when I have a smaller water bottle, I'm less likely to like refill it. So I like initially just filling up a giant water bottle. I definitely have, let me see, I have it in my app. I drink at least 100 ounces of water a day, and it's no big deal for me. If it is hard for you, I always suggest adding it to part of your routine. Like in the morning, it was always a goal of mine to finish one of these before I come upstairs when I'm done for my workout. There's 40 ounces, right? Are you 40 ounces? Yes, you are. 40 ounces done right there. You also get steps in every day. How many? I get a lot of steps in every day, but I don't trust like my Oura ring or my watch. My Oura ring is always way more accurate than my watch. However, I swear I take way more steps than they count for. Supposed to get like 10,000 steps a day in this app. My ring says that I took 13,562 steps, and then I burned 617 calories. My watch says I only burned 474 calories, and then I took 9,676 steps. So I don't know, it annoys me because this is the number that goes into the First Form app because it connects to your watch and not the ring number, but I do get a lot of steps a day. Can't wait for this. What are your favorite exercises, ones you see the most difference with? So I don't know if sometimes I feel like I'm like talking about it too much or whatever, but I gotta realize there's new eyes here, so bear with me for hearing this a lot. So the First Form app, it counts your macros, connects it to an advisor. It's $12.99 a month. It includes your workout, counting your macros, and having that personal advisor there. So there's a few different workouts programs to choose in the app. I always pick minimal equipment. I did the beginning one, and then I did 2.0, and then I just keep redoing 2.0 and increasing my weights when I can because it's working really well. And all the other ones you seem to, there's like a body weight one too, but I just haven't done that one yet. But all the other ones you kind of seem to need a gym, and so I like to just use what I have at home because I don't have like any machines or anything like that. So yeah, I did minimal equipment, the first one, and then after that I did 2.0, and I'm sticking with 2.0 because it's working. One is saying I have a hard time counting macros with a toddler. I have food scales and used to count them, so I know how to. It's just hard to do with a super energetic toddler. I can't stay consistent for the life of me. 1 week I start off good, next I just don't. I started out, what made me successful is putting my food in every night the night before. I would literally plan when I was eating, unless it was like the weekend where we're gonna be out or whatever, so I could stay on, so I could do the best that I can during the week when I'm home, when I know I'm making my own meals. That is when you have to do the best. When you wake up early and get your workouts in, for me, I know it sucks. I don't feel like getting up when it's dark out. I don't want to come downstairs, but then I remember there's people that would like do anything to be able to walk. You just gotta do a mindset check sometimes and really just, you know, check yourself. Be hard on yourself sometimes. It's nice to give yourself grace, but it's also nice to be hard on yourself sometimes. So, for example, with your toddler, try to plan your meals the night before, and there it's all in for you. You don't, it's mindless. The next day you just look like, oh, I'm having this for lunch, I'm having this for snacks. I read that eating a lot of protein makes you gain weight. As long as you're balancing all your other stuff, protein keeps you full and helps you build muscle. So yeah. Has your mental health improved since working out consistently? 1,000%. That's why I was so upset that I didn't force myself. I'm like pretending there's gonna be like more muffin. I'm just like eating every crumb, so excuse my life. My mental health has been much better, and I was saying I'm sad that I didn't force myself to get down in the basement and work out last week when I was just in like full PMDD, not moving mode. That I have Hashimoto's and it's hard to lose weight. Any tips? Have you ever counted macros before? Have you ever been consistent? So you have to be real with yourself here. Don't cheat yourself. Who are you cheating in the long run? Not that you want to cheat anybody, but don't cheat yourself. Don't sell yourself short. For example, of course a thought goes through my mind when I'm getting myself, I love these Unreal dark chocolate peanut M&Ms that I get from Thrive Market, and that'll be like my sweet tooth, whatever, but I plug it in and make sure that it's fitting into my macros. And I'll be like, a couple extra fall into my hand. I could ignore that, or I could put those couple extra back. Who is it hurting in the long run? Me, because I'm on a specific plan. I'm trying to be the healthiest version of myself. So the same things, like I'll call myself out. Like if I see like a fitness model, I'm like, wow, it must be like amazing to look like that. And then I'm looking and I'm like, how much do they work out? How much do they eat exactly how they're supposed to? Like if I'm not doing it, like if I'm taking a week off for having a PMDD episode, that's my bad, right? So you kind of have to be strict on yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Do they carb cycle? How does First Form compare to E2M? The thing that I love about First Form is that's just consistent, real food, really eating. There's no cycling, there's no fasting, it's just living your life and eating real food. That's it. You saw me today. Did I eat all vegetables and all fruits, or you know, like I feel like I eat real meals. So I think that's the biggest way that it differs from E2M, because I never want to talk crap on E2M because they helped me like a lot when I first started my fitness journey. Like on E2M, you can literally only eat vegetables, meat. So you always had a veggie, a meat, and a fat, or a veggie, a protein, and a fat, and that's it. So like you could have avocado or nuts as your fat, I believe, peanut butter, nut butters, like that type of thing. But then you would have your meat source, or if you're a vegan, there was like another vegan program. And then once in a while it'd be like fruit week, and you're allowed to have fruit that week. Once in a while it's salad week, so you have all salads. And it just, oh, and then also there was treat meals. And like, I didn't like what that did for my mind. Some people do better. It's all about your own, it's all about like what works for you. Because honestly, I didn't really enjoy having, I would look forward to my treat meal all week. Like it was like a little bit too crazy how much I was looking forward to it, and then I would feel absolutely like crap after eating it. And that's just, I'd rather have a more balance all the way throughout, because to me that's real life. Like it's more attainable. And like I said, some people need E2M super strict, they need that. So again, not hating on it, but that's just how it's different, worked better for me. When did I start? I started in April. First for macro tracker, yes, I used the First for macro tractor. That's why I need to go to bed. So I'm talking about tractors now. Thanks for sharing with all your videos, such inspiration. Thank you, Elizabeth. I love their program, but lots of controversy over their products. What's your thoughts? So I did get this question. I'm always just gonna keep it 100% real. When I was first getting their products, I wasn't really looking at the ingredients. I was just like, oh, this tastes good, it's my protein, blah, blah, blah. And then I really started looking into a lot of ingredients, and especially since, I talk about this all the time, I found out that my son gets migraines from food coloring. So we went to the neurologist. We've been all places. I'm the one who figured it out. The neurologist was just like, yeah, he can take medication every day or come back in 6 months. And I'm just like, I don't really want to cover up the problem for him. I'd rather figure it out. And he didn't want to take a medication either, just for pain. Like we wanted to pinpoint what it was. So we kept food diaries. We did all of that. And then finally the light went off. Like, okay, when he's having like a treat, you wouldn't believe the things that there's food coloring. He loves bread and butter pickles. So do I. They're like the sweet and salty pickles. I know it's a controversial subject there because a lot of people hate bread and butter pickles, but I personally love them, and so does he. And I look, and on the back it's yellow this and yellow that, like all these different food dyes in it. And I just finally correlated it, took out food coloring after I let him get a blue slushie from Mr. Softee. I've always been like, oh really, you gotta pick the one with all the food coloring, whatever. He got a migraine, threw up that night. And I said something, and then I was like, Chris, do you think that's what it is? And then my mom got him a ring pop, and I was like, I'm kind of thinking that like he can't have food coloring, because that was the last time like he got really sick. And he was like, Mom, just let me have it. And I was like, great, if you get sick, like this is
what it is. Like, and that night, sure enough, it was a blue ring pop. I feel like blue, for some reason, specifically bothers him the most. It was a blue ring pop, same thing, migraine, and then eventually vomiting. So since we've been really careful with his food coloring, he's had like maybe one migraine. It was like he was really overtired. So of course, sleep is always a huge contributor to everything. So when I really started looking into all of our ingredients, I saw that there was some food coloring in some of their products. And again, I'm just trying my best to be as healthy as I can be. So I am trying my best to not have food colorings. My favorite dressing had caramel color, and I found out today. So it's hard. You're trying not to eat seed oils. You're trying not to eat food coloring. You just want to have food that isn't full of chemicals. I know it's like so hard. So I don't know. I didn't know there was like a controversy over their products per se. And some of their products don't have any food coloring. So for example, you see that I still take the salted peanut butter protein. It's like my favorite protein of theirs to take, and I look forward to it. It's Formula One. It's specifically made to not be a meal replacement, but to be drank after, you know, your workouts and stuff. So I still use that. Their collagen doesn't have food coloring. There's certain products that don't have food coloring, and I know that they said whatever new product they put out, I believe, they're trying to just use like natural ingredients, like not food coloring. Even Tanner, he loves, that's the only kids protein shake that he enjoys is theirs, and I have a hard time with him like eating a lot of meat and stuff, so he's been having their protein shakes, and there's good ingredients in that too. So again, it all depends on your lifestyle, what's good for you. And then Brie, not a question, just wanted to say hi to your abs. You're sweet, Brie, I love you, and you're very life-changing. I've talked to Brie about this before too, because I was like, what do you do? And she's like, well, you know, I try to eat clean as much as I can, and then that's, if this has something, you know, a little bit of food coloring in it, then it has a little bit of food coloring in it. So if you are like watching your ingredients, you know that I absolutely love Tiffani. I love everything they're doing right now too, like trying to get Kellogg's to take the food coloring out of their cereals, because in other countries they don't have food coloring and all these weird chemicals that they put in the America's Fruit Loops. It's just, it's weird. So I'm glad that it's a start, right? It's a start. But I love all the Tiffani proteins, like every single one of them. They don't hurt my stomach at all. They are vegan if you're vegan, so there's some good options there. And then I also tried Promix, yeah. So I have their Madagascar vanilla protein, and that's also very good, doesn't bother me, and it's just like very minimal ingredients. So again, that's not to talk crap on anyone's protein or anyone's preference. I'm just telling you what I do for me, what I feel is best for myself and my family. I do like that they're trying to make a change. Like they realize like, oh, okay, we can make this without food coloring or whatever, and that they're trying to do that for any of their new products. So I hope that answered all of your questions. That was way too long. I doubt anybody's still watching this right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I'm super excited for Thursday's video. I only got to a small portion of it today, and I have like a bunch of new organizers and stuff, and just excited to like refresh the whole kitchen because it's been bothering me for a bit now. But be sure to come back for that, and if this video did anything, I hope it inspires you just to try. I can give you anything from this video. It's just to try, and remember that you deserve to feel good, and you deserve to have energy and keep up with your kids and feel confidence. Like you deserve all that stuff, and you can do it. You just have to get through the first couple of weeks and stick to it. I want you to be healthy for you, and I want you to have that feeling of where you feel good about yourself, and I want you to have the energy to play with your kids, and I just want you to feel that confidence that you deserve to have. That's my whole reason for this channel. I want to help moms. I'm trying to help you. You saw me. I started somewhere too. We all have to start somewhere. I first started working out. I could barely do anything. I had absolutely zero core. I would have fallen over doing a plank. I could not do a singular sit-up. I dealt with diastasis. I've been through it all. I have 4 kids. I really, really just feel like if I can do it, you can do it. And I know that it also really helps mentally as well. But anyway, it's 10:45. I need to shut up and go to bed. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.
Whenever your heart is broken,